I hope you all had a nice day. Thank you very much for logging back on and coming back for another story today. We've all been spending lots more time at home, haven't we? Some of us are in school a little bit, some of us are doing our learning from home, but most of us can't really get out to do much at the moment, which is a bit of a shame. So we're spending more and more time in our homes. Today I've brought you a story about someone who doesn't have a home, which is a little bit sad. I've got this story. It's called That Pesky Rat by Lauren Child. And if you like the Charlie and Lola books, Lauren Child is the same author, so I'm hoping you'll enjoy this too. So here we go. That Pesky Rat by Lauren Child. This is me. I'm the one with the pointy nose and beady eyes, the cutesy one in the middle. I live in dustbin number 3, Grubby Alley. Every now and then I come back to find someone has emptied all my belongings into a big van and driven off with them. It's very upsetting. Gosh, I think I'd be upset about that too. I'm a brown rat, a street rat, but people call me that pesky rat. I don't know why. They say I smell, but that's not my fault, it's the dirt. Sometimes when I'm tucked into my crisp packet, I look up at all the cosy windows and wonder what it would be like to live with creature comforts, to belong to somebody, to be an actual pet. Most of all, I would like to have a name instead of that pesky rat. I don't think I'd like it called that either. My friend Pierre, who is a chinchilla, is looked after by a rich lady called Madame Fifi. She has a very glamorous life. I say, I would quite like to live in a fashionable apartment and be fed chocolates while I sit on a feather cushion. Gosh, that does sound nice, doesn't it? Pierre says, it's not all cushions and chocolate. Madame Fifi has me shampooed at the pet parlour once a week. I hate having baths. I think I'm allergic to soap. Then there's this Siamese cat called Oscar. He lives with Mr. Washington, a busy businessman. Mr. Washington is always at work, so he doesn't have time to wash fur or be strict. If I lived there, I could do whatever I liked. Can you see them? They're swinging from the lights. That looks fun. Oscar says, doing whatever you want can get a bit tiring after a while. I sometimes get a bit bored watching the same old shows on TV. I even have to get my own supper. I'm quite good in the kitchen, but I hate to be bored. He does look bored. A lop-eared rabbit I know called Nibbles works in a circus with Mr. Hoopla. It must be so exciting. Never a dull moment. Swinging on the trapeze one minute, tiptoeing the high wire the next. It looks a bit dangerous to me, friends, just like the lights before. Nibbles says, it is fun hopping through hoops in a tutu, but sometimes I could do with taking off the clown's nose and putting my feet up. Maybe it is all a bit nerve-wracking for me. I think I'd like to be one of those owners who do lots of sitting about like Miss St. Clair. Her Scotty dog, Andrew, is always sitting by the fire, having supper on a tray, and they spend the evening doing puzzles together. I like to do puzzles. Andrew says, on the whole, I feel very well looked after, and Miss St. Clair is good company, but it's rather embarrassing when we go out shopping. Miss St. Clair makes Andrew wear a little hat and coat. I think he looks rather sweet. Don't think clothes would suit me, but I would do anything to be somebody's pet. So in the morning, I go to the pet shop and I ask Mrs. Trill if she has an owner who might want me. She says, there isn't much call for brown rats and I'm afraid you're not very popular with the public. I say, I don't see why not. I'm very good company, always popping up when you least expect me to. And I'm happy to eat anything, even if it's been slightly nibbled. Mrs. Trill says, well, you could always make a notice and put it in the window. You never know. Let's see what he does. So I write, rat. That doesn't look very clear there, does it, friends? Brown rat looking for kindly owner with an interesting cheese. Hobbies include nibbling and chewing. Would like a collar with my name on. Would like a name. Would prefer no baths. Will wear a jumper if pushed. Yours keenly, Brown Rat, that pesky rat. P.S. Sorry about the bad paw writing. Look, not sure if that said cat or rat. Needs to practice his letter formation. Then I wait, and I wait, and I wait until on Tuesday, old Mr. Fortescue is passing and he stops to look at my notice. He has to really squint because he has such bad eyesight. Then he looks at me and says, "My, haven't you got a pointy nose? And goodness me, what a long tail and such unusual beady eyes. I'll take him." And I can't believe my luck, and nor can Mrs. Trill. Mrs. Trill says, "Are you sure?" And Mr. Fortescue says, "Oh yes, I've been looking for a brown cat as nice as this one for ages." Oh. Mrs. Trill looks at me, and I look at Mrs. Trill, and we both look at my notice, but neither of us says a word. Look, I think Mr. Fortescue thought that said cat. Whoops. I just love being a pet, and I'm trying to be really helpful. I pick out the best cheeses with my excellent sniffing nose. I clean the kitchen by nibbling up the crumbs. I help Mr. Fortescue cross the road by scaring the traffic, and I'm always there when he comes home. So here I am, finally a pet with a name. So what if I have to wear a little jumper? Mr. Fortescue says, "Well, Tiddles, who's a pretty kitty cat?" And I squeak, "I am." I'm glad he's finally got a home to live in with old Mr. Fortescue. I'm sure they'll be very happy together. And it just makes me think about how lucky we are that we have a nice home to live in, so that we're safe and happy. And even though we can't get out much and we're at home with our families, we are very, very lucky, really. So perhaps when you talk to God tonight, maybe you could thank God for your nice home where you're happy and safe with your family. I hope you all enjoyed that story. It was called That Pesky Rat by Lauren Child. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope that you'll tune in again next week when I upload another story. Have a lovely day. Bye.